Hi everyone and welcome back to Arctic RC. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about dual elevator and dual ailerons. On most small models that you buy, these RTF models, they have something called single aileron and single elevator. That means that both of the ailerons, they are connected to a Y harness. Also the elevator only has one link rod for the rudder, so it drives the whole rudder. On larger models like this Yak 54, you have dual rods for the elevator. Many people, they do link the two rods together and glue them or weld them together so that they go on one servo. Other one, like me for instance, I like to have dual rudder, especially on these acroplanes, because then I have twice the power on the servo. So, sorry. The other thing with dual aileron and dual elevator is when you're going to trim them, because when you're using a Y harness, when you are then trimming your ailerons, one of the ailerons will go up and down, and always the other aileron will do the opposite. So you haven't got the control of both of them. But with dual ailerons, you can manage to control only the one aileron. If it's slightly off, you can adjust that one without the other aileron moving. So trimming is much better. And also when you're using dual ailerons, you have the possibility to use flaperons if you like to do that. You can't use flaperons with Y harness, because then one rudder will go up and the other one will go down, so that wouldn't do anything good. If we go back to the elevator, this elevator, I'm going to show you, has a link here and on the other side. It's controlled by two servos. So on my transmitter I'm setting up dual elevator as well as I'm setting up with dual ailerons. I'm going to show you the transmitter in a bit. When you're using dual elevator, it's very important that you use quality servos that center good and that has the same speed and the same amount of throw up and down. If you use bad quality servos, you can end up with that one of the elevator goes just 90% up and the other one goes 100% up, and that will make the plane turn, and you don't want to do that. Also, it's very important that the servo centers well, because if they don't center, you will have the same problem. This goes for the ailerons as well. You want servos that centers very good, because when you're finished using your ailerons, you want them to go in zero so that the plane really stops the roll. The same goes with the elevator. You don't want the plane to go up and down without you wanting it to. So I'm going to show you now very quick how this works and tell you what channels to use on your regular receiver and from your transmitter. Okay, so now we have plugged the battery, and here we have the ailerons. These are prototype servos, so don't mind that they don't center that well, but I'm going to show you. This is how it works, okay? So, just going to remove this one. I'm going to show you on the transmitter later, but from now I'm going to go into the servo setup, and I want to have some sub trims on my ailerons, okay? So I go to the right aileron and I start adjusting it. And you see it moves, but not the left aileron. So then I have the opportunity to trim it for itself, not both at the same time. Okay, here is the elevator. As you can see, when I'm taking them up, they are equal. Down, they are equal. That means it's a perfect setup. If you have one that go further than the other, you can trim it down, of course. That's what's unique about dual elevator 2, because you have full control and you can use 2 servos to get double of the strength than one when you're flying, and on an acroplane that's very, very good. Okay, I'm going in here and I'm going to just show you. I'm going to sub trim the right elevator. Okay, now it's the left one, but the connection is wrong in the receiver. Don't bother about that. Okay, now I have sub trimmed it a bit down, and you can see they are off. So I'm going back again, like this, and you see they are back in place. For dual ailerons, you put one aileron in the aileron channel on your receiver, and the other one goes at auxiliary 1. When you go and are going to make dual elevator, you use one elevator in elevator channel and the other one in aux 2. What we are going to do, we are going to press the scroll button and turn on the power. And then you have the model select. Okay, now it says it's on my model. It's on the Yak 180. It's not 180, I call it 180 though. We go back and we go into the wing type menu like this. And as you can see, I'm using flaperons on this one, but I can only use flaperons if I have dual ailerons. So here is plain dual ailerons without the flaperons, but this is what you're going to use if you're not using the flaperons. But I'm using the flaperons, and there's the selection. And then I go to the tail elevator, and here you can see also type of wing. You have 2 servos and you have one for the rudder. I can also use 2 servos for the rudder, and that will go into the aux 3 channel on my receiver if I use a 9 channel or a 8 channel receiver. Here you can see we have V-tail, we have normal, dual rudder and dual elevator. There's many good pre-settings on this transmitter, so I'm going to choose dual elevator like this. So now my plane is set up with dual aileron, with flaperons and dual elevator, and I'm ready to fly. As simple as that. Okay, when I'm done setting my wing type, I go into servo setup, and then I can adjust the miss travel or the trim on my ailerons and elevators. Let's say we use some sub trim here. Okay, now I have used a lot of sub trim because of the servos of this plane. Right ailerons, you see, I have 44 low, and we go. There you have the right elevator, rudder, gear, and left aileron and left elevator. As easy as that. When you're using flaperons or flap, you can just go back and you go to flap system like this. And here you can see the settings I'm using on the flaperons, because I have a 3-point setting on my transmitter, which is great. And also I have put in some down elevator. I know it's called down elevator, but directly translated I'm calling it dive rudder, but anyway, down elevator. And the speed is 5 seconds from 0 to, until the point that it's going to be. This is to prevent the plane from jumping when I hit the flap button. And of course, switch flap. That's all. If you have any questions at all, just write me. Remember to subscribe if you're not a subscriber. And I see you guys later. Bye.